Hello, Penny here. Today on my garden podcast, this is basil success. Eat me if you want to, but I'm quite woody. Can you see any apples here? Can you see any apples? No. Hello. Well, this is an interesting new thing I'm doing. I am videoing this as well as recording this for the podcast, my garden podcast. So welcome to both. I believe it's called a vodcast. And for those of you listening in earphones while you're mowing the lawn or digging up those weeds, why don't you pop on inside and go to www.gardenpodcast.co.uk and find out what it looks like, what this podcast has actually looked like. Anyway, welcome to the greenhouse. I'm not in here because the weather is inclement. I'm in here because I'm doing something a little bit different today, and that is focusing on a houseplant. Now, I kind of, some gardeners will go, oh, houseplants, it's not proper gardening. And you're right, it's not digging, it's not soil, it's not lying on a lounger in the sun, is it? But it is planting. It is plants and health, plants, you know, are they doing all right? This one's really pot bound. I think if you're asked, what do I prefer, indoor plants or outdoor plants, then the question is neither, but actually both. If that makes any sense. It's a bit like being asked if you like cat, if you're a dog person or a cat person. Actually, I'm just an animal person. I just really like cats and dogs. It's fine to like both. But my daughter has gone crackers with the whole houseplant loving. But this is mine. I got this for my 50th birthday from my cousin Kirsty, and I've kind of neglected it, although it's been doing all right on the lounge shelf. Now, it's been in this lovely white pot. I think that's stylish. It's a white pot, very round, got a nice sort of matte finish on the edge there. But the plant that I'm looking at is a sago palm or sago palm. No idea to pronounce it. So what I'm going to do is just put it in a slightly bigger pot because it is, roots are coming through, and I just think it's got so much more to give in life in general. And I think when we've got room to grow, we've got so much more we can give in our lives for ourselves. Anyway, that's enough philosophy. So before we do that, I just want to show you where we are, right? Haven't been in the greenhouse all season, actually. It's been more like Hunky Husband's domain, and I don't quite know what he's been doing in here, to be honest. Every now and again, I'll pop my head in, and I'm just really impressed. And, well, let's just start over here with the chili plants. Wow, these are from seed, and they're next to the basil. So this is like the kitchen area. But yeah, these chilies are ace. He's waiting for them to go red. I think they could be harvested now. I'm not going to try and bite one while we're live on air, but they are brilliant. And if you can get one of these going, you've got chilies for pretty much the whole of the next year if you put them in the freezer. And oh look, that one's beginning to turn red. Oh, that's nice. And it smells good with the basil as well. You get that wafting on. That's huge. Maybe we should put that in the kitchen and actually use it. Wow. Oh my. You see, this is why I should be in the gardening, in the greenhouse a bit more often, because things like that get overlooked. I need to, you know, he can't do everything, can he? And this one, it's huge. This is basil success. I've never seen such successful basil plants. Wow. Although I don't really fancy them in the kitchen because they would appear to be riddled with black fly. You know, that kind of black fly that lives in soil, no matter how much you dry it out. Anyway, chilies, basil, brilliant. That's the sago palm we're going to be dealing with. Moving along, I've got some chemicals here, and I'm not going to be shy about that. I don't use them liberally, I use them sparingly, which I know we shouldn't, but we have to sometimes, perhaps. Anyway, we then move on to, oh, fabulous. So again, I've not checked in on this. It's as much a tour for me as it is for you, actually. This is peppers, actual green peppers, or maybe turning red pepper, looking like rotten pepper. Oh dear, I think I'll just whip that one off. Oh, right. Smells peppery. Lovely, I love a pepper. I love a crunchy pepper. In fact, one of my first memories of eating a green pepper was eating it raw. We'd had to take a vegetable or fruit into art at high school to do some still life nonsense. And I had decided I would cut this pepper in half and draw it, paint it, whatever was going on. And it was one of those lessons which was just before lunchtime. And it's one of the, when you go to high school, if you remember to have breakfast, that's good. If you don't, you're starving by 10:30, aren't you? Really starving. And so this was like 11:30, 11:45. I just ate the whole thing up, crunched my way through a massive green pepper and loved it. Really liked the taste. I wouldn't have done that because I was a bit kind of timid with the food when I was a teenager. Anyway, that's the green pepper. What have we got here? Ooh, more peppers. Right, okay, so red peppers, tiny red peppers. What's going on there? Oh, well, I'll have to have a query about that. I think there's a theme here. There's a lot of basil, a lot of peppers going on. I think Hunky Husband's had some successes. And then we've got more peppers here. Wow, more chilies. Right, I was maybe hoping for a little bit more diversity. Now, this is mine. I planted ages ago. And I want to show you the magnificence that is. Oh, and the roots are coming through. They're going to need planting out. That's a job for the weekend. This is asparagus. Isn't that absolutely the opposite of what asparagus comes out like? It's like really firm. It's, eat me if you want to, but I'm quite woody. I don't know why I'm giving asparagus a voice. Right, so this is asparagus, and the brilliant thing about this, or not, I don't know, is the seeds were tiny. You had to soak them for 48 hours first. I then had very little hope that I was going to be able to get seedlings from them because I'd kind of missed the window. A bit like me, I'm always doing that, aren't I? Missing the window. Popped them in anyway, and they started to grow, germinate, that's the word. So I now have asparagus probably ready to go in the ground. Now, the advice is that you cannot expect any asparagus for 3 years. 3 years! Hunky Husband said, what's the point of that? I said, what's the point of anything? In 3 years, you'll have nice asparagus. So that's what I'm going to do at the weekend. I'm going to get a nice little bit of bed, maybe even make a separate bed, and I'm going to put a rhubarb plant and an asparagus in the same bed. So it can be like a asparagus dedicated area. Because otherwise, what might happen is that I'll forget and I'll dig it over, or I don't know, just something like that, and ruin the whole 3-year project. So anyway, I've got loads of those, probably about 10 or 15 plants. I have no idea how much asparagus it gives when the shoots start coming up, what you get. It's interesting, isn't it? Like everything, so interesting. Oh gosh, look, more chilies. I think you're going to have a word. So we've got quite typical British fare. We've got tomato plants, which smell gorgeous. Let's grab one of those. Nice. And strawberries, which have not done very well, but Right, but what I want to show you, before I get onto that house plant, which is just a repotting job, what I'd love to show you is something I found out this week, to my horror and disgust, that someone's been stealing fruit from our garden. So come with me and I'll show you the evidence. Well, lack of evidence, really. So this is a fruit tree that's been in the ground for about 2.5 years now. 2 years. It's an apple tree. It's been lovely. The first year it had about 10 apples. Now it had 25 apples. And I was really looking forward to eating them because they're really, really tasty. And look, can you see any apples here? Can you see any apples? No. No apples. Now, Hunky Husband showed my mum around the garden at the weekend, and he said that they were looking at the apples and there were about 10 apples. Now, prior to that, I'd seen about 26. I say 26, that sounds like I counted them. 25 apples. And I was thinking, ooh, bumper crop. Joey, what have you got to say for yourself? And the apples that were on the tree up until recently were this sort of size. I'd say tennis ball size, maybe a bit smaller, and really nice orbs. So to go from 25 down to 10, and then on Tuesday I came out the office, which is just behind us there, and there were just 2 apples, really low hanging, one there and one there. When I went out the office, I was like, oh my God, where have all the apples gone? But there are 2 left. Where have they gone? I thought maybe there'd been a vandal in. Maybe someone had been in to nick them, take them off the tree to spite us. I got all defended and like I was being invaded. And I was looking around thinking, oh yeah, right, I'm going to put a camera up. I'm going to set a trap, you know, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I was walking back up towards the office with my cup of tea, and the 2 apples that had been down here were also gone. So no apples now. So where could they have gone? Who could have taken them? Bear in mind, Hunky Husband was also in the office. Now, the person lurking around here, say person, dog, Joey, is a big fan of an apple. I've brought him up on eating my apple cores. He absolutely loves it when I give him an apple core. Joey, where are the apples? Where are the apples, Joey? Have you eaten them, Joey? Don't look at me like that. What's this? Where is it? Now, he can spring, he can really jump. And they were here, you know, kind of my height. He could jump much higher than that. I don't know. He doesn't seem to sniff around. There's no detritus. There's no apple debris on the floor. So it might not have been Joey, but I really can't see it being anyone else, to be honest. So anyway, that's the great loss this time on my garden podcast. A garden fail. So that's the mystery solved, I think, and another bit of a garden podcast fail, but hey, there we go. Now, if you've liked the garden vodcast, if you've liked the video tour, let us know, hello@bitfamous.co.uk, and we'll do another one. So I'm going to pot that sago palm now, repot it, get it looking good and having another year of growth in that new pot. And in the meantime, I'm going to maybe also trough on a few of these lovely tomatoes, maybe gather a bit of basil to have with it right now.